How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the LAIR. And today I've got some 4-color Omnath for you. I just got the wild cards to do this, and I figured I would try out a Omnath deck before it gets banned, because I think either Omnath or probably Euro is the one that's going to get banned. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to try it before we don't have the opportunity anymore. Before we get started, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Also, feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, something new that I'm able to offer to my new subscribers or followers on either Twitch or YouTube. Just reach out to me after you've subscribed or followed in the chat or the comments, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So just make sure to subscribe or follow, and just reach out to me in the comment or the chat so I can respond back to you. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get into this. I call this one Terror of Creation. So onto our 1-drops, we have 3 copies of Ruin Crab. He's a 0/3 with a landfall ability. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 3 cards. We're running 3 copies of Spikefield Hazard. This is a module land card, so it can either enter the battlefield tapped and produce red mana, or we can use it for its instant side. What? Cool. We can use it for its instant side. Spikefield Hazard deals 1 damage to any target. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Onto the 2-drops, we have the full play set of Lotus Cobra. It's a 2/1 with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. We have 2 copies of Bala Ged Recovery or Bala Ged Sanctuary. Enters the battlefield tapped and produces green mana, or we can use it for its sorcery ability, return target card from your graveyard to the battlefield. We're running 3 copies of Dryad of the Ilysian Grove. She's a 2/4, and her static ability says you may play an additional land on each of your turns, and then lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. Running 1 copy of Radha, Heart of the Keld. She's a 3/3, and as long as it's your turn, she has first strike. You may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play lands from the top of your library. And then we can activate her ability later on, and she gets +X/+X until the end of turn for the numbers of land we control. And then, of course, we're running the full play set of Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. He's a 6/6, and we sacrifice it unless it escaped. And when he enters the battlefield or attacks, we gain 3 life, draw a card, and may put a land card from our hand onto the battlefield. And we can escape him by paying his costs later on and exiling 5 other cards from our graveyard. Moving on to our 4-drops, we have 3 copies of Felidar Retreat. It's an enchantment and landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you choose 1, create a 2/2 white cat beast creature token, or put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance until the end of turn. And we're running the full play set of Omnath, Locus of Creation. He's a 4/4, and when he enters the battlefield, we draw a card. And then his landfall ability, the first land that enters the battlefield under our control, we gain 4 life. The second time we could produce 4 mana. And if it's a third time, he does 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. And then on to the 5-drop, we have 1 copy of Kenrith, the Return King. He's a 5/5, and he has a number of different abilities. We can give our creatures trample and haste until the end of turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, gain 5 life, draw a card, put target creature card from our graveyard onto the battlefield under its owner's control. Lots of things we can do with Mr. Kenrith there. And the other piece of this puzzle, Terror of the Peaks. He's a 5/4 flyer, and spells your opponent's cast that target Terror of the Peaks cost an additional 3 life to cast. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to its power to any target. We're running the full play set of Escape to the Wilds, a sorcery speed. Exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may play cards exiled this way until the end of your next turn, and you may play an additional land this turn. And then at the top end, we have 2 copies of Genesis Ultimatum, another sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest into your hand. And then exile Genesis Ultimatum. And finally, we have 1 copy of Ugin the Spirit Dragon. He comes in at 7 loyalty. His +2 says he does 3 damage to any target. His -X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less, that's 1 or more colors. And then his -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Let's get into the mana base real quick. We have 1 plains, 1 island, 1 mountain, 1 forest, 1 Cragcrown Pathway or Timbercrown Pathway, 3 Temple of Abandons, 2 copies of Needleverge Pathway or Pillarverge Pathway, 1 copy of Boulderloft Pathway or Branchloft Pathway, 3 Temple of Mysteries, 4 Ketria Triomes, and 4 Fabled Passage. And don't forget that our Bala Ged counts as 2 land and our Spikefield counts as 3 land. So technically, what's that, 9? We have 29 lands. So yeah, we have a 3.4 converted mana cost running 21 creatures with 24 real land, and we have this additional 5 spells for backup or land. Yeah, that's it. So the idea behind this deck, Ruin Crab helps us build pressure, even though he's pretty useless by himself. He's an early game blocker, but that mill ability, especially mid to late game, can be devastating. Spikefield doubles as a land, but we can also use it to pick off other Lotus Cobras and other threats if we need to. And the fact that it gets exiled is very good. Lotus Cobra is our ramp package. On the 2 drops, Bala Ged helps us get stuff back or can be used as land. Dryad is ramp and color fix. Radha is a nice finisher and also allows us to keep playing cards off the top of our library so we can keep going. We have the full playset of Euro because it's completely broken. It's probably going to get banned next week. We got card draw, we got life gain, we can ramp, put an extra land on the battlefield. 3 copies of Felidar Retreat. This card just synergizes so well with the rest of the deck and the combo. Being able to either pump our small creatures that don't really do anything or can't really do anything to be threats, or to just keep pumping out creatures. Omnath is obviously the main reason for the deck. We're interested in playing multiple lands per turn throughout the entire game if possible, and just keep activating this ridiculous trigger over and over and over and over. The 4 color mana cost would normally be difficult, but between Dryad and Lotus Cobra helping us fix, we usually are able to cast this pretty regularly. Anyways, Kenrith is just a bonkers permanent in this deck. Just running him as a one-off, I would maybe even suggest running him as a 2-of. That's how good he is, especially in combination with everything that we're doing.
How long do you think it's going to take, like 1 hour?
What?
You streaming?
I don't know. Sorry, where was I? I'm sorry. Terror of the Peaks. This is another combo piece. We don't need it to win the game, but it just can get absolutely ridiculous if we have a Felidar Retreat out there. Bruce, can you mute that? Can you mute the TV? So yeah, it could just get ridiculous with the Felidar Retreat out there. It's also very fun bouncing Uro and just doing 6 damage randomly. You could do it to the face or do it to other planeswalkers. Escape to the Wilds is another big combo piece of this. This helps us dig through our deck to find out what we're doing. Also being able to ramp that extra land. Genesis Ultimatum is another thing that really helps us dig through the deck and just really go off with Felidar Retreat and Omnath. And then finally, Ugin is just an amazing card. Just giant permanent. It's just a threat in itself, could end games. Yeah, so that's pretty much the deck. Let's hop into it. Let's see how we do. Ah! Yes. Sock. first opponent. So we got a nice 3-lander here. We got a Ketria. We've got a Branchloft, so we have all 4 of our colors. We'll definitely keep this. So we'll play Ketria first. Then we'll play Branch as a Plains. Play out Lotus Cobra. Alright. So if I play another Lotus Cobra, that will give us 2. So it's better to just do this. We're gonna, Burrow is nice. We will name green. We'll play our Dryad. We'll do green. And then we will Fabled Passage. That way we can resack the Fabled on the next one. What does he do? Okay. Got an Uro for next turn, which is nice. Ram through. Okay. It's an instant anyways. I was like, should I attack in? So we'll play Uro here. There's a Felidar, that's nice. And I think we just go in with both these, see if he wants to trade. Okay. And then next turn we can Fabled Passage. Questing Beast, okay. Okay, so Felidar is not really good against So let's Fabled Passage. Search for red. Okay, we will add green. Let's do Escape. Okay, I think we do Cragcrown. Let's do green. Add a blue. Get the Ruin Crab. I think we're more interested in this entering as a land. Okay, get a Garuk there, that's nice. Does it even make sense to do anything here? We'll add blue, doesn't matter. And I think we will pass. Okay, it's going for 8 now. Let's play Uro. Yep. Let's do blue. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Submit. There's an Omnath. Pass. So if he's playing Ram through, he could use Questing Beast to instant kill. Okay. My Uro should suck. So either way, he's coming at us with from both sides with Garruk and the Elder. What's the move here? You can't block him. They both have vigilance too. It's so good. All right, we have to do this, I guess. Feels bad, but let's do white. Let's do blue. Sick. Sick combo. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. So once again we have to block. Let's jump him, I guess. Trying to think of what's better out of the two. Okay, so let's Genesis here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta take his ass out.
Just go away! That was a short hunt.
Okay, let's get the Felidar out there. Let's get Ruin Crab. Whatever. Let's get you out there. 5 to the face. Sack of land, pull up a, I don't know, an island. creature to the face. Deal some cards. Choose blue. Alright, cool. Get the point. Is this deck busted? I think it is. Dying and having absolutely no other way to beat anybody and then just playing a land and winning the game. But I like it. Alright, cool. Let's hop into another one here. So we got a 2-lander here, 3-lander. We do have the Lotus Cobra, so I think we'll keep this. Either way, we're going slow, right? So let's do Temple. We need land, so we're going to drop that. Okay, that is land. Good. So first we play Ruin Crab. And then we play Island. So this is an enchantment deck, 1s and 2s. Skyclave, okay, cool. Let's do Lotus. He's playing her, so we don't want to... doesn't really matter. Blue. We'll go for the white here since we don't have... As long as it's not exiled, that's the thing. Ugh. Excuse me. Green, blue, white. So let's search up a mountain. Now we can Omnath. Dead weight, dead weight. It's fine with me. All that glitters. Okay. Interesting deck. So let's do Felidar. We will definitely create a creature. Do we need you? We don't need you. Looking for an Uro. Stabilize. I'd wait. Magus 79. To our hand, 3. Still wouldn't be enough. So we can spike. Spike. Okay. Wait, what? Where'd my crab go? It gets exiled? Oh, well, that wasn't planning on that. Okay. GG. Alright, so there you go. Top tier deck loses. Didn't really get a good draw there, didn't get any of our Uros. Maybe that was my fault for keeping that starting hand. And we get Nissa of the Shadow Burrows. Excellent. I will take. Alright.
Done?
Hop into another one here. Shark Tall. Alright. So we got a nice 3-lander, technically 4-lander. Oh yeah, we'll keep this. Uh-oh. Okay, let's play Ketria. Seed. Could be a couple different types of virgins. Could be like the 1-drop mono white aggro. It could be life gain, mono white life gain. I think honestly the move here is play Ruin Crab, a drop of Ketria. Thanks. This boss redeem is nice. That's gonna give some trouble. We'll just block 1, I guess. Not much we could do. I think we're gonna play Uro here. Pop the temple. Bala Ged, do we want that? We got one of those. I don't think we need that. Attacks, of course. He seems to be low to the ground anyway, so this us hitting these lands really isn't doing much. Yeah. probably dead here. So we can go off somehow with the Genesis, but I don't think so. Too far behind. So that's the other thing about this, you know, the whole thing about them banning Uro or banning whatever type of card. I mean, of course I'm not a professional player, but I mean, you know, there's plenty of other decks that can wreck, you know. So I think we're dead either way. We play you. Get a land. Nothing you can do about that. Alright, got time for one more today. I'm glad I got to showcase the deck in that first match for you. Dijenes. Alright, so we got a 3-lander here. We got a Lotus Cobra. Got an Omnath. I think we'll keep this. I guess we'll play Temple first in case we draw into a Spikefield. Yes, we need that 4th land. So this can count as our green source now. So we can have this come into play as white. Okay. Play Lotus. Cool. So if I play a land, we play white, then I need blue, Omnath. That's nice. Let's see what type of other removal our opponent has. We should still be okay even if he pacifies Omnath, because then we can still... Don't quit. Alright. So we've gone the whole broad spectrum of people quitting on us, and... Alright. Well, that's all the time I have for you guys today. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Also, drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. And don't forget, for all my new subscribers and followers on either Twitch or YouTube, just reach out to me once you've done so, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can unlock a mystery gift from Wizards in Arena. So very excited to be able to offer that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.